What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer, this time between the Mortalis Brewing Company, and they are out of Avon, New York, and the Dewey Beer Company, and they're out of Dewey Beach, Delaware, and this is their Hydra, the Secret Machine variant. So they're calling this one a sour ale brewed with passion fruit, orange, and lemon sorbet. Comes in at 7% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just under 3 months old. So we have a collaboration between two of my favorite breweries when it comes to these heavily fruited sour ales, Mortalis and Dewey. Dewey has their Secret Machine series and Mortalis has their Hydra series, and they've kind of combined them here, although Hydra and Secret Machine have a ton of variants within the series. So they just went with passion fruit, orange, and lemon sorbet, and here we are. So I really like the label too. I don't really talk about Mortalis' label, but the whole Hydra thing, the three heads, they are eating, or they have in their mouth, or maybe they're breathing out, I guess. The fire would be the logo of Secret Machine. I thought that was pretty cool. So this has been upside down in my fridge the entire time. Hopefully it's, all good and mixed up, so I don't have to roll it 700 times, although I did roll it a little bit before I turned on the camera. So anyway, let's give it a pour into the Medusa, hashtag almost proper glassware. Not really though. Yeah, so that's looking like, honestly, like passion fruit juice, or a darker kind of passion fruit juice. I love passion fruit. I have a feeling I'm really going to dig this beer. Why passion fruit? I feel passion fruit, how many more times can I say passion fruit? We'll say it one more time. I feel passion fruit is one of those fruits that just lends itself extremely well to these heavily fruited sour beers. I just, most times when I have a heavily fruited beer, heavily fruited sour with passion fruit, I love it. So I'm thinking I'm really going to enjoy this one. So that has, again, this deep, crazy, like almost like a reddish orange kind of color. Super murky and turbid, has the pectin on the side, the fruit puree rim around the top, and it's almost like I see like a little bit of passion fruit seeds in there. But yeah, that looks beautiful, honestly. As far as what they're going for, it looks beautiful. People might just say it looks like a cup of fruit juice or fruit puree. It pretty much is. It's good nose. Yeah, it's fucking... Here's what I'll say about this beer. And I feel like going into it, you probably would know this if you're going to pick this up. If you don't like passion fruit, I don't feel there's any way you would enjoy this beer just based on the nose alone. It smells like passion fruit juice with a little bit of like a citrusy kind of like orange, lemon, and even grapefruit thing. It's just all passion fruit mostly. Oh man, it's sweet, it's sour, it's passion fruit juice. Yeah, listen, when it comes to these beers, a lot of times they're not all that complex. So I like struggle to kind of pull out flavors just because there aren't that many, or they're very simplistic. And this one, I'm telling you right now, if I was doing this blind, I'd be like, yeah, there's passion fruit, maybe some other kind of fruit, but mostly passion fruit. It's sweet, it's sour, it smells like what they're going for. So not much more to say about it. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. This is me. This is me. This beer is 100% me. And what I mean by that is, because I love passion fruit to me is one of those underrated fruits too. Maybe just for myself, but I think in general, not enough people talk about it. I think it's a fucking delicious fruit, number one. Number two, every time I get it and eat it, I'm always like, why don't I buy it more often? And then, I won't buy it for months on end, and then I'll buy it again. I should always have passion fruit on hand. Why? It's fucking delicious. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going so strongly on a tangent, or off on a tangent about passion fruit, but it's probably because it's in this beer. Sip, and then we'll go body and mouthfeel. Body in this one's like low to medium full body. It's thick, somewhat syrupy, but not like crazy. It's heavily fruited sour, but you're not chewing the fucking beer. The mouthfeel, soft, smooth, really creamy. Enough carbonation to let you know this is a carbonated beverage, and but it doesn't, it's not like overly carbonated. It's not like drinking a seltzer or something. The taste, first thing that hits the palate for me, passion fruit. And that's predominant note on the palate. It's passion fruit juice. It's sweet. It's firmly tart to like a lower sourness. It's everywhere. When you take that sip from front to back, it's passion fruit. Underneath, there's a little bit of like, more of like I'm getting more of like a blood orange type of thing going on. Really not getting the lemon. There's a decent acidic bite on the back of the palate and the back of the throat. So this has a moderate acidity. Those three fruits, I kind of expect it. I think the balance between the sweetness and the high tartness, low sourness really works in this one because, it's pretty sweet. using the purees and whatnot, or they're going sorbet. You know, they're actually, if they're really brewing this one with sorbet as opposed to just the fruit purees themselves, I think it'd be a little bit sweeter with the addition typically, unless they're doing it with just the ice and then maybe the fruit puree, maybe they're throwing something else in there. But I felt like it would be a little bit sweeter, and maybe it is. Maybe it's like 60-40 sweetness to sourness, but it's still pretty well balanced. I could crush this 7%. You can't even tell there's alcohol. It's super refreshing on a warm day like we're currently experiencing now because we're in summer. This would be great to just sip on for a good 15-20 minutes and crush. I know that sounds stupid to say sip on and crush, but like this is a crusher of a beer that I want to sip on. Make any sense? Like I love the flavors. I want to kind of sit there and let them just envelop my palate, just sit there and enjoy them. But at the same time, I could just throw this back and probably crush it in about 10 seconds, but I don't want to. So yeah, pretty damn good. This, and by pretty damn good, I mean, this is fucking awesome. And this is going to be to each their own, like most beers I feel like some people pick this up and be like, that's not for me. And other people will grab it and say it's immaculate like I am. But again, I cannot stress enough, you don't like passion fruit, you will not like this one. Then again, if you buy this one, you see passion fruit's the first ingredient listed, and then you complain about the passion fruit. I don't know what I have for you. Anyway, rating on the Hydra Secret Machine from Mortalis and Dewey. Low 4.75 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.7 out of 5. Fantastic. One of the better Mortalis beers I have had the pleasure of drinking this year. Price and availability. Mortalis is now getting distro to a lot of different places. I've seen them all the way out on the West Coast in Oregon and Washington State. I've seen them down in the South in Georgia. They're getting into some local bottle shops here in Western New York. You don't just have to go to the brewery anymore, so you can grab their stuff. You might have to trade for it, but if you like the heavily fruited sour game, then Mortalis, I feel, is like one of the best. Price point, I think this is entire series for the most part. Maybe a few will be slightly more expensive, but typically $25 4-pack, that's the going rate. Typically for beers like this, so you know, whether or not you pay it, that's your choice. For me, I bought a single can of it at a local bottle shop, and I think it was like $7, so that's fine. I would buy a 4-pack of this if they release it again, and they have released this twice now. They released this once back in 2021, I believe it was in the spring of 2021, and then they did it again this year. So I would imagine every single year in the spring, they will re-release this one. Will it be the same recipe? I'd imagine, but we'll see. Anyway, if you've had this one before, or anything in the Hydra or Secret Machine series from Mortalis and Dewey, let me know. If you've had this one, though, definitely let me know what you think about it, because I'd be curious to know if you enjoy this one, especially if you didn't like passion fruit. Did you still like this one? Because I feel like you wouldn't. Anyway, till the next one. Cheers.